everybody, Jackie here with Jim Forquer, Forquer Heating and Air Conditioning. How are you doing today?
Good, Jackie.
Good. So today we're talking about carbon monoxide. This is scary for a lot of people just because it's something that you can't see, you can't smell it, but if it, it gets released too much in your home, it can be very dangerous. So how do you know what can produce carbon monoxide in your home, where it can be produced, and how do you protect against it in your home, and how do you protect your family?
Yeah, Jackie, this is a very serious issue, and one people are familiar with because it is a very scary thing.
Yeah.
Anything that burns a fossil fuel, be it gas, oil, or propane, can produce carbon monoxide.
There's a lot of appliances that use those.
That's true. You have your gas stove, you have a hot water tank, usually you have a furnace. Any gas burning appliance can produce it. Now on a clean burn, where it's burning with plenty of oxygen and it's burning well, usually we're hoping they're producing mainly carbon dioxide. But there's going to be a little bit of monoxide in it. And on a stove, you're using that for a limited period of time. Hopefully you're not heating your kitchen.
Right.
That's why I would never recommend trying to heat a floor with a stove or anything like that, because they are going to produce this, and a stove is not vented.
Right.
Your furnace is. But the way you can safeguard against this is, first of all, preventative maintenance on your heating equipment, but also CO detectors. They're pretty prevalent. Everybody knows about carbon monoxide detectors now.
Yes.
And putting one on each floor and even close to the fossil fuel burning appliance, because that's your first warning. That's your first resort of safety, is that when this alarms, that you know something, because as we said, carbon monoxide is colorless and odorless. So you're not going to smell it, you're not going to taste it, it's just going to affect you. But these sensors are your first alarm.
They're your first defense against
Your
that.
first defense against that. Yeah.
And like you said with the maintenance, that's something that, Forquer Heating and Air Conditioning, you guys do recommend that they get annual maintenance both on their heaters, maybe in the fall time, just to make sure that that's being kept up with, because if there's an issue that could contribute to the monoxide. Sure.
And we walk through the house with we have an individual CO detector on us.
That's great.
And we try to, because I tell the one story, the furnace was fine at this one house, but we went up into the kitchen and we had 20 parts per million CO in the kitchen.
Wow.
Coming from an old gas oven stove that had standing pilots, and it was producing this carbon monoxide continuously that they had no way of knowing until we discovered it, came upon it.
And we know from our earlier discussions, me and you, that 9 parts per million is like the cutoff of how much carbon monoxide you should have in a space. You should have 0, right? But
0 is preferable. But there's things that will produce, smoking, if you're a cigarette smoker, you're going to produce carbon monoxide. So they allow up to 9 parts per million in your home, and they say that preferably 0 is what you want. But if you're a smoker, things like that, you're going to have those kind of levels in your house. But you don't want to have over that.
And this house had 20, you said.
20 parts per million
so
in the
almost
kitchen.
Double.
Yeah, so that's cumulative. It's affecting them every day.
Wow.
And what they had to do was end up getting rid of that old oven. So if there's, we want to know the source. And if this ever happens to you 10 o'clock at night, your CO detector goes off or whatever, the fire departments carry sensitive equipment to tell you if you have a false alarm or if you indeed do have carbon monoxide present. And that's not something to take lightly.
No, if you think it's a false alarm or maybe your batteries are off, it's always a safe thing to check. You should
always safe. Don't assume that, it's probably an old detector or whatever. No, if they call your fire department, tell them that your detector's going off, and if there is a problem, they will know, and then the thing is to find the source and make sure you're in a safe environment. Your safety comes first.
Yeah. So if you guys don't have carbon monoxide detectors in your home, please get them. Get them on every floor, near the appliances that are maybe burning those fossil fuels. This is really a protection thing to make sure that you're safe. And if you ever have those detectors go off, call the fire department. If it's a false alarm, great, but make sure to call just to to check. And when they find out what the source of that is, that's where Forquer Heating can come in to help you solve that and make sure that you're safe long term and going forward. Get preventative maintenance done on your heating systems as well, just to make sure that those that are burning fossil fuels aren't releasing carbon monoxide when you may not know it. And you can give Jim a call or visit them online at forquerheating.com to get in contact or learn more. So thank you so much, Jim. This is a great topic, and I appreciate you coming out here today to talk about it.
Thank you.